This video is a follow-up to a previous video we did on evaluating and rebuilding a Triumph TR6 oil pump. Now, last time we went through how to do all the measurements and what all the specifications are and so on to evaluate this thing. And we came to the conclusion that it was a little worn right here, and one of the nodes was worn in the rotor in this combination here. And go look at that video. Today, this is a follow-up, and it's just about this oil pump rotor kit. It's these pieces right here, and we're going to take a look at that. Again, go if you want to know what all this is about. Look at the other video. If you like this video, if it's helpful to you, if you learned something as I'm learning about this, please like it. Please subscribe. It encourages me to do more, and I always love to hear your comments. So let's get into it. So here's the oil pump rotor kit that we got from British Parts Northwest, and it's made in Taiwan, as we can see, and it's for the later alloy pump, and it consists of the outer rotor, the inner rotor, and some very helpful instructions. I don't know if you can read those. And we saw in the last one that one of my nodes here was worn, and I had some wear right here. I'm not going to go through measuring that all again. I do want to point out there's 5 times 4. There's 5 nodes here and 4 nodes here. So there's 5 times 4 different combinations, and you have to measure each of those to get it right. And we saw in the one I did before in my notes that as I measured these, that one of these nodes one combination was bad in mine. The reason I got the kit though was it was worn right here on my on the original one. Let's see if I can find that. Here we go. I don't know if you can see it, but it was significantly worn here, and I found that I was a little concerned that that wear would cause this to wobble in the pump. That wear would cause it to wobble in the bushing, and cause the face of this to grind. Let me get that piece. That many of you have seen the problems with this face here. I resurfaced this in the other video, but I think the wear in the bushing and the piece here is what did it. So I went ahead and bought a new one, and let me get the one that's right. It seems to be okay. I put the micrometer on it here, and it's not worn, and the metal looks the machining looks good. I'm encouraged by that. The one thing I did notice is, I don't know if you can see it, but if you look in here, you can see some discoloration about halfway down. That does not come off, so I wonder if the finish of this wasn't quite done all the way, but I'm not too worried about it. I did go through and check it all with feeler gauges. What are the specifications? Well, as you see in the other video, it says it's supposed to be 4 to 10 thousandths is what the manual says, but we saw that really 4 thousandths is probably more accurate. This one is at 3 thousandths there. The other place to measure is the clearance between here and here, and we see here's 3 thousandths. That goes under okay. 4 thousandths, no. So that's at 3 thousandths. So that's good. By the way, I've got my new feeler gauges that my wife got me for Christmas. I'm so glad to have these. They're made in the USA. Miditoyo, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's a brand I've recently become familiar with, and they seem to be very nice, so I like these. I checked again, as I shared, I checked the shaft. With the micrometer, I checked it here, and I checked it here, and it's in the spec. there was no spec written in the manual, but I came up with a spec of somewhere between somewhere around 49.4980, somewhere in there, plus or minus maybe 20 thousandths. So look at that other video to see how I measured that. Anyway, the purpose of this is to say, oh, and I did every rotation. So the reason these are marked is because you want to check the gap between each of those combinations. And let me find my 3 and 4 thousandths again. So there's 3 and 4 thousandths. And I found that in every combination, 3 would go, 4 would stick. So I did 1 to 1, then I did 1 to 2, found 3 goes, 4 sticks. Then I did 1 to 3. You can see the 1 to 3 there, 3 goes, so on. So I found all of these were in spec, and that was the other part of what I was concerned about. So anyway, so I'm happy with that. So I have, I think, a thumbs up for the oil pump rotor rebuild kit from British Parts Northwest. If you enjoy these videos, if it was helpful to you, I make them for stuff that's not in the manual. Obviously, a rebuild kit is not in the manual. If it's helpful to you, if you can comment on it, I always enjoy your comments, or like it, subscribe to the channel. It encourages me to make more. Thank you.